Asterisk asterisk, if I may add something, the overall idea here is that the automobile will continue to drive even if any component fails. Thus, the automobile may continue to drive even if one of the Tesla fully autonomous computer chips fails, the power circuits malfunction, or the cameras malfunction. It is far less likely that this computer will malfunction than that someone will pass out. The crucial measure is that. Now, everyone, let's take a look inside Tesla's whole self-driving computer, the brain of the beast. Imagine this. Despite several sections of your automobile, such as power circuits, cameras, and possibly even a chip or two, breaking one after another, your Tesla continues to operate flawlessly because of its sophisticated computer chip. It's comparable to driving a car to a party that is too cool to worry about a flat tire. Now, every Tesla leaving the factory is not just brimming with electric enthusiasm and hopes, but it also comes fully furnished with all the gear required for complete self-driving capabilities. Yes, it's analogous to purchasing a smartphone preloaded with all the apps you'll ever require. What's the best thing then? All existing owners have to do is wait for software upgrades. It's similar to anticipating the release of your favorite show's next season, knowing that it will be worth binge-watching. Relying on LiDAR is a foolish endeavor, and those who do so are doomed. Costly, superfluous sensors are like having a large number of expensive appendices. One appendix is bad enough, and now they want to add more. That is absurd. Going on, Elon Musk believes that LiDAR is excessive and completely outdated, akin to bringing an encyclopedia to a Twitter argument. Or as Tesla may put it, look, another redundancy. It's pricey, and to be honest, it uses electricity like a tourist, with a free drink ticket when fueling a city trip. This is where Tesla shines. They have a huge advantage because to their fleet of technologically advanced vehicles that are constantly gathering various types of data. It's comparable to being the only player in a poker game to be fully aware of every card. This fleet is enormous. It resembles an army of robots that are constantly learning as they travel. Thus, Tesla is busily training its cars to handle everything from a squirrel crossing to a UFO encounter, while others are catching up. You get the idea, though perhaps not UFOs. However, the Tesla adventure is far from over. It's even more fascinating because every day brings new and intriguing discoveries with ups and downs. Tesla continues to draw investors into its rabbit hole for this reason. You know, though, who else is as optimistic as Tesla? That would be Seeking Alpha, today's sponsor. It's not enough to merely watch Tesla's phenomenal rise from the sidelines. Seeking Alpha is the one-stop shop for Tesla bulls and investors who have an eye for the next big thing in the stock market. It provides the most recent information on Elon Musk, Tesla's innovations, and its stock price targets. The finest online source for pro-Tesla news is Seeking Alpha, so avoid the lamestream media's anti-Tesla propaganda. Our channel might receive a commission if you click on the affiliate links in the description and make a purchase. I appreciate your help. Unfortunately, unless the automobile is totally detached from the fleet, there is no way to drive through lay gridlock. As the fleet grows better and better, it downloads training that gets better and better. In other words, it would just cease improving but would still work properly if you disconnected it from the fleet. The self-driving computer has amazing processing capability. Perhaps we should also point out that given that the road in question was in the United States, it would still make those predictions even if it had never seen it before. My prediction is that they will all dump LiDAR. Take note of what I just said. Let's now discuss why Tesla vehicles are comparable to that class overachiever who never needs to study yet nonetheless aced the test. Elon Musk draws attention to the Tesla driving computer's immense power. Imagine if a Tesla was isolated from its other robot friends and could manage the notorious traffic bottlenecks in Los Angeles on its lonesome. The drawback is that it will cease picking up new skills if it stops communicating with its fleet. It is akin to attempting to master a new dance form without first viewing a video. Sure, you can freestyle, but you might not be taking home any medals. Elon also has a negative opinion on LiDAR. He refers to it as the VHS of automotive sensors, saying it's too costly, superfluous, and, quite frankly, not the greatest instrument for looking through dense fog or pouring rain. When you have night vision comparable to that of the military, why use an expensive torch? Approximately 425,000 cars are equipped with hardware 2 or higher, meaning they have all 8 cameras, radar, ultrasonics, and at least one video computer. This is sufficient to essentially discern between important and irrelevant data, condense the important data into the most salient elements, and upload the data to the network for training. It is therefore a significant compression of real-world data. I guess it may be put to use for something other than autonomous driving. We've been concentrating a lot on self-driving, so once we have it down pat, perhaps millions or even tens of millions of computers equipped with hardware 3 or fully autonomous computers will find another application. Yes, that might be the case. This could have an angle of some kind. That is conceivable. Tesla assures us that they have everything covered in terms of hardware. Their cars had enough sensory and processing power to handle the complicated data smorgasbord of the real world and still beg for more. Knowing where you are able to drive is crucial in this situation. Crucially, Tesla has a talent for anticipating when a location will be safe to drive, and depending on GPS. No, Tesla responds. That would be like trying to navigate today's highways with a map from the 1990s. GPS works well for providing a gentle nudge in the right direction, but in the real world of driving, everything relies on what the vehicle's sensors can see and understand. To put it another way, a friend who claims to know a shortcut but really just makes you more lost is comparable to GPS on a Tesla. From a hardware perspective, the entire system has been built for robo-taxis since roughly October 2016. We therefore did not anticipate updating automobiles manufactured prior to the release of hardware Autopilot version 2. To give you an idea of how difficult this is to do, we believe that building a new car would actually be more expensive than upgrading the current models. It's not worth it unless it's built in. We've covered the technology and concept of self-driving cars in the future, along with a ton of software. Here, the software issue shouldn't be downplayed. There's a serious software issue. A particularly challenging software problem is managing massive amounts of data, training against the data, and controlling the car based on the vision. In 2016, Tesla has already begun to assemble the components for their autonomous taxis. This is the short version. Tesla systems are built to maintain smooth steering and braking on auxiliary power, even in the event that the primary power pack decides to take a day off. It is similar to having an automobile backup generator, but better because it can brake and steer. It takes more than simply a series of zeros and ones to manage this fleet of robots, so let's talk software. It's an enormous undertaking that includes processing massive amounts of data, teaching AI to perceive the world similarly to humans, and ensuring the automobile is prepared for every unexpected turn the road may present. Imagine it as attempting to educate a robot how to walk through the room of a teenager, disorganized, erratic, and yet somehow successful. In the present day, Tesla is more than just high-end electric vehicles. Elon Musk is talking about huge numbers menaced 10,000 automobiles each week, to be exact. Not only do we talk about cars, but also about solar projects and batteries that are more advanced than your typical energy drink. This is similar to a power-up in a video game, but for cars. The times ahead? With the Model Y, semi-trucks, and yes, the driverless robo-taxis we've been hearing about, which should arrive next year, it's all about broadening your horizons. It is stated that the driver's seat will be optional in these cabs. That's right, you may soon find yourself sitting back, relaxing, and wondering why you ever put up with traffic congestion when your automobile does all the driving. It's similar to hiring a driver that doesn't mind charging for their services rather than expecting payment. Thus, we perceive the possibility of achieving a smoother demand distribution curve and significantly higher utility than a typical automobile. An automobile is typically used for 10 to 12 hours each week. The average person drives for 1.5 to 2 hours each day, or 10 to 12 hours overall each week. However, if your car is self-sufficient, you could probably leave it running for at least 1/3 of the week. Since there are 100 hours in a week, you are most likely working between 55 and 60 hours a week, or even more. A vehicle's intrinsic value grows by a factor of 5. Therefore, if you examine this from a macroeconomic perspective and consider, for example, if we were running a large simulation and you could improve your simulation such that automobiles have 5 times the utility, that would result in a significant boost in the simulation's economic efficiency. Simply enormous. Let's examine Tesla's proposed robo-taxis in more detail, which are made to endure 1,000,000 miles or more, not only to get you from point A to point B, with a price tag of less than $38,000. The current Model 3 robo-taxi is effectively the endlessly scalable version of a marathon runner. With plans for a $25,000 robo-taxi in just 3 years, the future becomes even more promising and more affordable. Imagine that. A car with fewer parts and a lifetime cost less than what some people pay for coffee. With your car, it's similar to dieting. You cut out the extra parts and concentrate on efficiency. We should be able to create an automobile without pedals or a steering wheel in around 2 years. We can always remove sections if we need to shorten that time. Simple. Long-term, 3-year robo-taxis with removed components might cost $25,000 or less in the end. Our goal is an extremely energy-efficient vehicle with very little electrical usage. We can increase it to 5 miles per kilowatt-hour or more from the existing rate of 4.5. Very few businesses can match our full-stack integration, which includes in-house computer hardware development, software development and artificial intelligence, vehicle design and manufacture, and by far the largest suite. With Tesla averaging 100 times more miles per day than all other combined, it's exceedingly tough, if not impossible, to catch up. Compared to its competitors, Tesla drives 100 times more miles each day, demonstrating the power of its massive fleet. Tesla has a data strategy more potent than an espresso-fueled bodybuilder. This contest has more promise than merely being a show-off competition. A robo-taxi may earn a gross profit of approximately $30,000 annually. That would be like to your car acting as a CEO on the side. Furthermore, considering that each taxi is built to endure 1,000,000 miles, the long-term earning potential here might even make your accountant grin. We'll simply remove that after regulators feel at ease with us not having a steering wheel. For cars in the fleet, we would simply remove the steering wheel and replace it with a cap, presumably with the owner's consent if the car is owned by someone else. There is a 100% chance that the steering wheel will be removed in the future. Customers will ask for it. This is my forecast of what customers will want, not my prescription for how the world should be. In the future, customers will insist that drivers of these 2-ton killing machines be prohibited. Let's navigate into the steering of the future, or maybe not. Tesla intends to phase out steering wheel control completely after a transition period during which you can still grip the wheel if you're feeling nostalgic. Imagine stepping inside your car and seeing a smooth dashboard instead of a steering wheel. Tesla may even remotely deactivate it, akin to turning your automobile into a self-driving pumpkin at midnight that is unable to turn around. All of this is a part of Tesla's goal to eliminate the need for a steering wheel and allow for hands-free, worry-free driving. Tesla wants to do away with steering wheels in the future. All it needs is regulatory approval. Elon Musk is placing a large wager that customers would someday want completely driverless vehicles. Imagine living in a future where controlling your automobile involves instructing it where to go as you relax and finish your most recent binge watch. It's as if technology has made every commute into a little vacation.